Morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Start with some singing. Listen to those around you. Play. To our B flat scale. If you're in in concert band, please don't answer this question because we went over this earlier. Why are we going to keep the drone on when we are playing the scale? Why is it there? Jeffrey? It's our root note, and what do we want to do especially with our root note? Listen to it, yes, but why? Why? Why are we just having it on? Grace, do you have an answer? It creates dissonance with some of the notes, sure, and that's something you want to listen for. What's that, David? Tuning, right. So, when we, especially on our way back down, when you start, you want to start in tune, and when you end, you want to be in tune. Of course, everything else in the middle wants to be in tune as well, but that's going to take a little bit more training. We talked about what we do to the fifth, the concert F. We do what to it? Yeah, you make it just a little bit more sharp, and then the third, make it a little bit more flat. And we can talk about some of the other ones, but for right now, those are the 1, 3, and 5. If we can focus on those especially, that's going to do us well today. All right, so let's do the B flat scale in half notes while keeping an ear on the drone. 1, 2, B flat scale, go. Using B flat, let's work our way up to B flat, because I told you to sing an E flat. Some of you may be able to do that, some of you might not. That's okay. If you ask me to sing an E flat right now, it would probably take me a little bit of work to get there. So let's work with something that we do know. Alright, we know B flat. What number of the scale is E flat relative to B flat? In the B flat scale, what is E flat? Billy?
4.
The fourth. So, if we think about how a scale sounds, It's just a mixture of whole notes and half notes. If we have B flat, let's see if we can sing up together to the fourth note, the defined E flat. So let's all sing a B flat. Da, da, da. This one's a half step. Good, that's where E flat is. Let's check our work. Sing that note again. Da. Yeah, really, really good. All right, let's play our E flat scale now with the E flat drone. E flat scale with the drone. Focus on tuning. 1, 3, and 5. You still know the tunings for those. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ready, go. Alright, let's go back now, that is pulled up here, to what we started learning about yesterday. Alright, so we learned a little bit about why we do this, and kind of the patterns that go with this. So, percussion, let's remember, you just go down one key at a time. And then when we do this, instead of playing half notes and winds, you're playing 2 quarter notes. Brass, what do you have to follow? When we do this exercise, what do you have to follow? The fingering sequence. Open, 2, 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright? So we just do that going down, and remember on horn that we do hold down the trigger to make that happen. Alright? And then with woodwinds, you don't have that same luxury. You're working on figuring changes.
Yeah.
Alright? Alright, so let's have like a steady metronome going here. Yeah, this will do. Alright. And we'll start on count to F. Let's play an F really quick to hear it. 1, 2, just F, go. So, da, 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 and so on. Alright? Let's play it. See what you remember from yesterday. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Back up. That's right. I didn't review that. So remember, when we go back up, we don't repeat the bottom, we just go right back up this way. Sorry, I forgot to review that. So starting from the bottom here, we'll go up. So you just do the fingering pattern in reverse, or if you're trombone, you just slowly bring it back in, because you're just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trombone's here the easiest time. So it would be the cleanest sounding out of all of them. And then, and then woodwinds, you just take it back up on frictions. Alright? Let's try that again. No, let's start from the bottom and just make our way back up. Good job on the way down. Going back up, starting from the bottom. 1, 2, and 3. Or 7. Or concert B natural. 1, 2. From the bottom, ready, go. Sharp. 9 flat. But 10 sharp. 20 sharp. 22 sharp. 27 sharp. 15 sharp. I tried again, it was all over the place. Good. 10 sharp. Alright. 12 or more. Good. You're everywhere from 6 sharp to 33 sharp. I'll lock it in. Once you settled in, it was about 24 sharp. We'll come back to you. Once you settled in, it was about 16 sharp. 18 sharp. Perfect. It's getting worse. That's 44 sharp. Jeffrey, I fully believe in you, but you're pulling out your tuning slide, right?
Yes.
There it is. Alright, F all together. 1, 2, ready, go. And hopefully, we've been doing this for quite a while. This whole, I'm giving you what you are, like sharp, flat, in tune. Hopefully you're starting to see, some tendencies. Some of you I have seen consistently in tune. Good job. That means we're listening and we're adjusting as we go. Some of us, and for various reasons, may be consistently on one side of our tuning sequence. So try to take that into consideration. Find your own tendencies and see if you can adjust beforehand or know what you're listening for. All right, that's how we take that to the next level. All right, I think yesterday, I know we were working on section D, and I think we just got to the beginning of that, like that first measure. So we're going to continue that just a little bit in second movement. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this today, but just a little bit just to make sure that we keep this going and making sure you know how to practice this. All right, so let's review clarinets. Let's review clarinets 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And can I get solo clarinet to play and 1 at the end of that measure? Sorry. Play and 1 at the end of the measure. So you'll just wait 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you'll just kind of pick up with what they're doing. All right?
Do I play
The what?
do I play the half note?
No. Leave that half note. Thank you. Good question. What's up, Grace?
I forgot to get a mute.
Oh.
Whoops.
All right. So clarinets. Let's hear how that kind of settled in overnight. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and ready and go and. What? Yeah, right at D. 1, 2 and ready go. And then I believe you two have the same note there, A to G. So play that first A. Well, your first A and then that high A. And then G. Alright, so I need that to pop out just a little bit more. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. One more time. 1 and 2 and ready and go. Alright, so we worked on those notes a little bit. I'm going to leave that up to you to keep that working and keep that going. Alright, so let's start in that second measure now. And we're going to go a little bit slower now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So if you're a third clarinet, you just play 1/8 note, and then the rest of us play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let's add a 1 at the end of that. All right, here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Yeah, so the thing I'm seeing here is we have the jump at the beginning, and then it goes down like a scale, right? So once we get to the scale part, it's not so bad, but just those big jumps. So can we go 1 and 2 and? That should cover our jumps. Let's take that really slow. 1 and 2 and. Ready, go. Now 1 and 2 and. Again, 1 and 2 and. Now 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Now 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and.
Excuse this interruption, but this is for students and teachers alike. Teachers, if you could please check with students to make sure that they took that survey from this morning. We do realize that there were some students who were not able to get into the survey. So if you could please check during fourth period to have students check that survey. Thank you.
We'll do that towards the end here. So back to clarinets. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Now 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Right? 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and. Now add the rest of the measure. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Good. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Yeah, so now that sounds fine. So all it is just a little bit of work, which I always say, like, just literally 5 minutes of looking at it, a small bit will take you a long way, right? So let's do 2 measures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that's all we'll work on for the clarinet section today. We'll move on after that. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. We're starting at D, 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Someone got like the 8th note ahead. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. A little bit better. What? Let's hear it again. 1 and 2 and ready and go. Yes, there is something weird in there. Take that really slow in practice. I think that will work itself out. All right, let's take this back to C. Back to C, everyone's in, and then we'll hear that a little bit more in context. All right, so that'll continue to get better and better. C. Yep, everyone's in. This is at C. Just had to finish that idea from yesterday since we ran out of time. C, 1, 2, C, 2, ready, go. Sorry, slightly less on a horn this time. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. So when we get there, or right before we get there, actually, let's talk about the other woodwind parts. I'm not going to have us go through that today. But basically, same thing as what I just worked on with the clarinet. So flutes, you have those eighth note moving lines. So you will also need to take, admittedly less, but still some time on those parts. So that way we can hear those. And it's like the same jumps and then scalular stuff. Jumps and scalular stuff. Just take a quick little look at that. All right, I'm hearing that more clear. Next, let's go to D. D. 1, 2, 1, 2, D, go. That was very bright for a dark section. All right, 2-4 section, 2-4. So right after that, where we just were. 2-4, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Very, very bright still. That, and I think it was a measure late. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Allie, play your note. First note. There we go. That's the right note. Now, play it and then play it a lot quieter. Can you play it quieter? Now, can you stop playing it and then come back in? Do it again. Take your mouth off the mouthpiece and then do it. Right now, mouth off the mouthpiece. Do it again. Same thing. That's how you get really good at hitting partials on horn. I got that a lot in college. Was start it over, but reset your embouchure. I'm like, So it's already tough enough on horn, so that'll make it a little bit tougher, but it'll be good for you. All right. Start back at 2/4, and now play just a little bit quieter. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Maybe second movement isn't working so well for us today.
Hey, we should play American Elegy. We should play the first.
No.
Yeah, let's play American Elegy.
No. I'd rather jump off the roof of this building.
Hey. All right. So back to 2/4. Back to 2/4. And maybe that was just a weird part in my. Actually, I think I missed like a whole. Like I might have skipped an extra page. So that kind of makes sense, but. No. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, it's tough. It really is tough. I'm feeling your pain over here. So play D. Oh no, and then C. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, let's work on that last 2 measures. Work on those last 2 measures. 1, 2, last 2, ready, go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, so that's just a weird clarinet part. So third clarinet, you have and 3 and. Second clarinet has 3 and 4. First clarinet and solo clarinet have 4 and 1. Right? So that's just it's just an interlocking line. That's all it is. Let's do that really slowly, clarinets. Oh, I'm sorry, and no, that's right.
Question first. When you do the little last, like, dot, do I play on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that last dot, bop, that is the last eighth note that we all have in woodwind, and some percussion. All right. Let's hear that, clarinets. Here we go. I'm gonna go really slow. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. 1, 2. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Play that last note. Last note. Ready, go. Now, stop. Ready, go. Alright, now, Same thing, last two measures just really slow. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Right? A little bit faster. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3. You're on the and a 2. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. And then I think I'm doing that a little weird at the end with that last note. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3. Just third clarinet. We got to be counting. I can't force you to count. 1 and 2, yeah. You should have no quarter notes in the last two measures. And let's not play that first eighth note. I think that might help us. Don't play that first eighth note. That should be a breath. So 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2. You played on 2. We want the and a 2. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2. You played on 3 that time. One, 2, ready, go. 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2. Too late. Ready, and 1, 2. Too late. Ready, and 1, 2. Don't rush it. Dot, dot, dot. Now, ready, and 1, 2. Too late. 1, 2. 1, 2. Too late. 1, 2. Closer. 1, 2. There you go. All right, and now clarinet 2. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. All right, and then in the first and the solo clarinet, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now let's line that all up together. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2. All right, and then now let's add the last note in. And 2, and 1, 2. Ready, go, 1, 2. There we go. All right, that's the last few measures. Let's do F to the end. F to the end. 1, 2, F, 2, ready, go. We're not going to play that confident. I don't know what to do. Try it again. F, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, we'll keep working on it. That is a really tough movement because it's quiet, especially towards the end, and it's moving with some purpose there. Right? So that'll get better and better, and trust me, that's already so much better than what we started with. Let's go back to movement 1. Does the 17 need to be retuned or is it good? Okay. High tempo. So we had a little discrepancy amongst the band, and I am a little saddened that we did not hear and we weren't listening to each other, that one of us was off of a beat from each other. So who was it? Trumpets. All right? Yeah. So it happens, but it happens. What we have to keep in mind, though, is we have to really listen to that. And I mean, you'll even see me up here, like I'm typically looking at whoever is behind, ahead, whatever it is, and I'm trying to get it back in time, or I'm saying, hey, listen here, blah, blah. So make sure that we are occasionally looking up for them. Let's go back to, no, because it happened before A. So let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 before A. This is where woodwinds start to join in. This is as trumpets are tapering off with A decrescendo. That's where you come in. Or that's where you start, rather. All right. 9 before A. 1, 2, 3. Woodwinds.
Let's not.
No, I'm just gonna give you a bit of friendly advice here. Because right now, when I'm looking around watching you guys play that, now is it improved? Absolutely. Does anyone know what I'm gonna say? Does anyone know what I'm gonna say? There's confidence
Look up at you.
before that even.
Breathe together.
Take out the word together.
Breathe.
Breathe. Oh my gosh, you guys look so like,
Where? How? Like,
Yeah, right.
no, like, maybe that's more of a metaphorical breathe. You guys, you're rushing it. You are frantic about it. None of this is supposed to be written as frantic. So how did we get this? So how do we get this part, this 16th note run? How do we get that to sound less frantic? Yes?
this is, I actually have a question. Not
Then let's hold on to that for just 1 second. I'll come back to you though. How do we get sound less frantic?
Like, how did we or
How do you get the sound less frantic? And how do you get it to sound relaxed? And how do you play with confidence? And how do you know what you're playing?
By playing it.
You're onto something.
practice.
Side.
You think through it. You don't think through it. You're just playing fingers.
I'm going to say to some degree yes, some degree no, because, I mean, with that fast of a pattern, yes, you want to know the pattern, but you don't have to actively be thinking of every single note. If you have the muscle memory down, that's awesome. How do you get there? You play it, you practice it, all right? That's what I really need us to do.
Are you lagging?
You weren't giving me the answer I Playing and practicing are two separate things. If I told you to play something, does that necessarily mean that you're practicing something?
No.
Not really. I mean, because I can just go over there to the piano and you can tell me to play something, and I just go da 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 da, right? And then I'm not practicing anything. I'm playing something that's like just silly. If I grab a euphonium and I play, like I can play the music, but I can actively not think about it. Practicing is an active thought process. Right? You are actively thinking about what you're doing when you're practicing. Because if I went into this without thinking about what I'm doing in practice, then you're just playing the notes. You aren't actively learning it. Right? So there's a little bit of a difference, and you got to make that distinction. So when I say for us to take 30 seconds to practice something, I'm not saying just mindlessly play it. I'm saying to look at it and try to comprehend and find patterns, understand it. Critically think about it. What?
So I always taught a lesson that was like, so playing is always practicing, but practicing isn't always playing. You can find different ways to practice that's not playing. But every time you play something, you're always learning something, whether that's going through something or it's something.
I see the sentiment in that. I just, on a personal level, I don't fully agree with that either.
That's like the same thing as like practice.
No, look at that.
Alright, so Jace, what's your question?
So like talking about like in rehearsal and stuff when we're doing the runs and like if I mess up, should I try to keep going or should I just drop out?
I would recommend that if you get lost or like you run out of breath somewhere, just take a calm, collected breath. Keep track of where you're at in your music and then come in on like a 1, a 2, or a 3. That's going to be the best way to do that. So keep it calm. Don't come in like the of 3. That's going to be really strange. Yes, Daisy?
The pass off is so weird because nobody knows where they end, and I come back in on the 16th note.
And that'd be a lot easier to work with if that was something that was a little bit, like each individual part was more practice. I think that'd be more thorough. So, as I conclude here today, that is my big thing. We need to take time, especially before class, to mindfully practice woodwinds, that specific part. Even if that's not all of it, even if you just take 1 minute of that practice time, warm-up time, to look at that part specifically, that's going to get us like 10 times better, I promise you. All right? So take time to practice, not just play.